Between movies like Quicksilver and Premium Rush and edits from MashSF and Macaframa that popularized fixed gear riding in this day and age, and bike messenger influencers on Instagram, being a bike messenger has been a bit romanticized. A couple weeks ago I had the opportunity to take a trip to Singapore to see what the fixed gear scene is like there, and I got to sit down with full-time local bike messenger Luffy to talk about Singapore's fixed gear scene and the truth about being a full-time bike messenger. What's up? I'm Zach Gallardo. Life is short, but don't make it shorter, so be sure to ride your bike every day to be reasonably dangerous, and subscribe to watch more videos about Singapore's fixed gear scene coming up in the next couple of weeks. And shout out to Wabi Cycles for sponsoring the channel and making videos like this possible. For a lightweight steel bike that you can customize to be your dream bike to your exact specifications right out of the box. Stick around until the end of the video to learn more about Wabi Cycles.
I'm Luffy. I've been a courier for 3 to 4 years. Worst part of being a big messenger, I would say hands down, and I know no one's gonna deny it, but yeah, the pay sucks. But the job's fun. Halfway through, I kind of realized, oh man, I should have been doing this like a long time ago. Because like back then, my old job, you would wake up like, oh man, I gotta go to work, you know, you start complaining and shit. But for this one, I wake up every day, I'm like, okay, let's do this. Best part of being a messenger is, I guess for me personally, is like, I like being outside. I'm not and never have been a desk job kind of person. You got no one watching over you. Some days that you want to take it slow. And pretty much I'm freelance, right? I can leave when I want. Or if I don't feel like working the next day, I'm gonna just say, hey, I'm sick. Good messenger, okay, contradictory to what everybody would think. Alright kids, you're fast doesn't mean you're going to be a good messenger, because it's more about knowing the area that you're going to be operating in and like having a good knowledge of where the more troublesome places to go. When I started out, I realized that the older guys, they don't ride as hard, but they're doing more jobs than me. So like after they told me this secret, I was like, okay, and I applied it, and it's actually true. You can ride fast all day, but if you don't know how to plan your route, you might end up going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But if you know your route, you can actually go in a nice round circuit, and everything's gonna lay out nicely. And you have to communicate with dispatch all the time. Like for me, I'll be like, hey, I'm leaving this area, I'm heading over next. So like they'll give me anything that's along the way. For me, I don't really sprint unless like something that needs to be done within an hour or less. If not, I'm just gonna ride I guess a nice easy pace all day. What you see in New York does not apply here. Okay? Because the average traffic speed here is way faster in New York. So if you're gonna ride like them, you're gonna get hit by a car. And the drivers here, they're still pretty much, I guess a-holes. The way I ride is not like a cyclist, but I ride like as though I'm on a motorbike. You know, like the whole aggressive body posture thing and like that. It's like so that like they're driving, my movements will catch their attention. I don't ride with headphones on, so I can hear traffic. I've been hit 5 times. 5 times. They were all pretty much hit and run. Some of my friends, they got banged up, and then they managed to like blackmail the driver, you know, like, hey, give me money for medical and repair my bike, you know. But I've not been so lucky. My worst crash was, so I got T-boned. I was yelling at the driver, I looked at him, and he wasn't even looking at the road. He was looking at his goddamn GPS, and he was turning, and I was crossing. You're supposed to wait for me to cross. Boom. Fully strapped in and shit, so like on the hood with the bike and everything. Fucking hell. The guy stepped out and he was like, hey, are you okay, man? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then he just like jumps into his car and disappears. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? That was accident number 3. Everything else was like, you know, the usual like hit from the side, kind of clipped and then you fall on the floor and kind of shit like that. Yeah. So those are okay. I don't ride recklessly. It's been a year since my last crash. So that's good. Some of the younger riders here, a few of them who want to ride like the guys they see on YouTube. So they are the ones who get hit or get honked at. Yeah, but most of the messengers here, what I see, we don't ride like that. We know that we need to be able to survive the day to work the next day. So I'm not gonna pull any stupid stuff. You know, even if it needs to be there in 15 minutes, I'll do it fast, but I'm not gonna do it stupid fast. The drivers here, you know, like that 3 seconds of letting me pass is more precious to them than me. So I'm like, okay, fine, you go ahead, it's fine. You know, just don't hit me, man. Tip number 1, get a helmet. One is safety. Reason number two is that by Singapore law, if you're on a bike, you're involved in a car accident, no helmet, you can't make any insurance claim. Dress for the weather, not like this. Also, yeah, know your roads, so you know where your bike needs to be. When I first started out, I actually rode a single speed. It was a fixed gear bike, but I flipped it around, single speed. And then one day I got a front rack for work. So when I put the front rack on, I realized, oh shit, I have to take out my front brake. So I took it off and we're like, okay, screw it, flip the hub, road fix. And that's when I realized that, oh damn, this is nice. Because like what I would say to everyone, you really become one with the bike. You can control it how you want to, how fast you want to go, how slow you want to go. The bike will actually listen to you. I realized that riding with no brakes makes you a much better cyclist on the road. Because brakes, they give you, in my opinion, a false blanket of security. We're going to be on the bike all day, every day. So we want something that is super reliable, easy to use and easy to maintain. Yeah. So pretty much that's a fixed gear. You don't have too many moving parts. You don't have to worry about, if I corner too hard, am I going to clip my derailleur and brake it or shit like that? Are my brakes working well today? You just pick it up, okay, my bike's fine, and off you go. Easy, low maintenance. That's pretty much it. Back then when I was still working in the food industry, every day when I went to work, I would see a bunch of guys sitting around Wabi Plaza, and I know that they were bike messengers, and I was surprised that such a job does exist in Singapore. At one point I remember there was one guy I saw, he was turning in and this car beat a red light. So I thought like, oh shit, and like he skids and he stops right next to the car and he smiles at the driver and he just continues on the way. I'm like, whoa, that is skill. I'm like, okay, shit, I have to learn how to ride like that. Met one messenger, his name is Shan. Back then I was working at the bar, so he and his friends came over to the bar. He told me more about the life, about how it is. I'm like, oh shit man, this is interesting. Really interesting. And then a few months after that, my boss sold the business to a new owner. So I left that place and then I started to do the whole Uber Eats thing. And then I met a few friends who got me into Bike Messenger, and then I met Shan. And actually over the years, we grew close. Yeah, so he's more like a big brother that I never had. And yeah, so he's my inspiration. As long as I can. As long as I possibly can, honestly. Because I kind of realized that why some of these guys, especially the guy that I talked about, he is 50 and he's still doing it. Some of the guys, they're like 40 plus, and they don't even look 40. And they're doing it every day, they love it, and every time you see them, they're all smiles. They're never stressed and shit like that. I'm like, much as pay sucks, but we like that this work gives me a work-life balance. I'm starting to appreciate the little things in life because I have so little money. Happy that I'm no longer in this rat race for cash, working, but at the same time you're starting to enjoy and appreciate your life. If you're doing this for the money, don't. It's not for everyone, but if it is for you, right, you'll love it. Simple as that. If you guys wanna know more about me, just follow me on my Instagram, Lutfi Otaku. That's right, I love anime.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And question of the day. Would you ever like to be a bike messenger? And if you're already a bike messenger, what are the best and worst things about being a messenger? Let me know in the comments. Speaking about being a messenger and bikes that are perfect for just that, shout out to Wabi Cycles for sponsoring the channel and making these videos possible. Wabi makes it easy for me to ride Wallace, my Wabi Special, as my only bike as I travel throughout Asia, since every one of Wabi's design choices are meticulously made to give the purest ride quality for the money. And Wabi executes those choices perfectly, handmade by master craftsmen in Taiwan and a friendly bike shop in Denver, Colorado that is eager to answer your questions and get you on a bike you'll love. Wabi's relentless attention to detail results in Wallace, my 58cm Wabi Special, weighing in at 17.5 pounds or 7.97 kilograms straight out of the box with no carbon components. That results in the best riding experience I've ever had with a snappy, lively ride quality that only top-tier steel can bring. If you're looking for the bike that could very well put an end to your search for the perfect bike, consider checking out Wabi Cycles, linked at the top of the description, because it really is the closest thing that I've ridden to the perfect bike. And if you dislike this video, be sure to let me know by giving it a thumbs down. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to watch more fixed gear videos just like this one. But stop watching me right now if you haven't ridden your bike yet today, because life is short, but don't make it shorter, so ride your bike every day to be reasonably dangerous.